I pulled up to my waterfront property and was speechless. On my private beach owned by my family for over a century, there was a full-blown party happening. Kids were running around in the sand, adults had set up tents and grills, and someone was even trying to install a portable shower. Trash, plastic cups, chip bags everywhere. And then I saw it. A sign near the entrance with the HOA logo. Private beach access for Lakewood HOA members only. That's when she approached my car. Karen, always holding her tablet, dressed in a bright pink jacket, wearing the same smug expression like the world owed her something. "Karen, what is this?" I said, holding back my anger.
Oh, you're the guy with the little beach house, right? Great news. The HOA approved the beach as a community space. We figured it wasn't being used anyway. Now it benefits the neighborhood.
I took a deep breath. She had no idea who she was messing with. Karen and her HOA had been overstepping their bounds for quite some time. It started off small, almost laughable, really. First, they sent out letters demanding that everyone install uniform mailboxes to match some vague colonial aesthetic. Next came the fines. One neighbor was penalized for having lavender plants that weren't on the approved landscaping list. Another got fined for having too many garden gnomes. I kid you, not garden gnomes. Karen's personal vendetta escalated fast. She patrolled the neighborhood like it was a gated community in Beverly Hills, snapping photos of front yards and writing up reports like a one-woman code enforcement agency. One time, she actually tried to ban clotheslines, yes, actual outdoor clotheslines. She claimed they made the neighborhood look low class and would hurt property values. Never mind the fact that some of us liked the smell of sun-dried laundry. That didn't matter to her. And through it all, she strutted around like she owned the entire zip code. But this time, she crossed a line she couldn't uncross. She didn't just overstep her authority, she stomped all over it, onto my land, my beach, private property that's been in my family for generations. Karen must have assumed it was public space. Maybe the weathered fence and the absence of no trespassing signs gave her that illusion. But here's the thing about assumptions. They can get you sued. And for Karen, this one was about to cost her everything. The next morning, I made a few calls. By noon, the party was in full swing. Barbecues, inflatable toys, loud music. Karen stood proudly in the center, handing out flyers, talking about a new era of neighborhood unity. And then they arrived. A black SUV, then another. Then county officials, Attorney Sand, of course, the sheriff. One of them approached Karen.
Karen Peterson?
She rolled her eyes.
What now? Want to join the beach party too?
She smirked. The man didn't smile.
You're being cited for unauthorized use of private property and trespassing. The claim is backed by the landowner.
This is public space. The HOA has every right to coordinate community events on unused land.
The lawyer next to the officer opened a folder.
This beach is not public. It is part of a private land parcel owned by Mr. Hunter here. He holds full rights, including access, usage, and enforcement.
Karen turned pale.
What? That's impossible. It's right behind my house.
I stepped forward, looking her dead in the eye. Exactly, Karen, because your house is on my land too. She froze. People around us went quiet.
You're lying. You can't own my house.
I pulled out the documents. This entire plot, including 3 adjacent homes, has been in my family since 1947. Your HOA illegally built homes here 20 years ago, and now I'm setting things right. The next few weeks? Glorious. Karen, of course, didn't go down quietly. Oh no, she went into full meltdown mode. First, she tried filing formal complaints against me, with the county, with the city, even with the state, claiming I was withholding natural resources from the community, as if owning private beachfront property was a crime. Every one of her complaints was dismissed within days. Then she turned to the HOA board, demanding emergency meetings, trying to rally support. But by then, most of the board members were already trying to distance themselves from her. No one wanted to go down with the ship. Still, Karen persisted, sending late-night emails, making angry phone calls, even showing up uninvited to people's homes to talk strategy. It was pathetic. And when that didn't work, she got petty. She started sending anonymous letters to neighbors warning them about me. Claimed I was greedy, selfish, anti-community. She even tried to circulate a petition to get my property reclassified as public domain. Yeah, good luck with that one, Karen. One morning I found garbage bags dumped across the beach entrance. Another day someone spray painted "Share the Shore" on my old boathouse. Gee, wonder who that could have been. She even called the local news, hoping to paint herself as a victim, some kind of martyr for community access. But when the reporters dug a little deeper and found out the beach was clearly marked as private property and had been legally owned for over 70 years, well, let's just say the segment never aired. Nothing worked. No matter how hard she fought, schemed, or spun the narrative, the truth always won out. She lost. At the court hearing, she showed up in head-to-toe pink, tablet in hand, just like always. Hair perfectly coiffed, oversized sunglasses pushed up on her head like some kind of suburban crown. She walked in like she owned the place.
Your Honor,
She began dramatically, standing just a bit too tall.
this man is trying to tear apart the harmony of our community. He's exploiting legal loopholes to steal homes from honest, tax-paying citizens.
The courtroom murmured. My attorney didn't even blink he was ready. The judge, an older woman with silver hair, pulled into a tight bun and eyes like cold steel, slowly looked up from her bench and over her glasses.
Miss Peterson, you are being charged with illegal use of private property, land encroachment, and unauthorized development. This is not a matter of community opinion. It is a matter of law.
My attorney calmly handed over our folder of documents, deeds, survey maps, dated letters, even drone footage of the HOA's illegal beach structures. The judge flipped through everything in silence. A minute passed. Then she nodded once, firmly.
The land does, in fact, belong to the plaintiff. All structures constructed under the direction of the HOA are deemed unlawful. The association's actions are invalid and without legal foundation.
Karen gasped audibly, her face frozen in disbelief.
You can't do this. I'm the president of the HOA.
The judge didn't even blink.
Not anymore. This court orders all properties built on the plaintiff's land to be vacated. Miss Peterson, you are to leave the premises within 30 days. Failure to comply will result in further legal consequences.
But this is all I have. I put my life into that beach house.
The judge paused, looked her dead in the eyes.
Maybe you should have thought of that before turning someone else's beach into a community water park.
Karen stood there trembling, her mouth opening and closing like she was trying to find some magical phrase that would undo it all. But there was nothing left to say. Local news covered the story. The residents were furious they'd trusted Karen, and she'd burned them. The HOA held an emergency election. Karen was out. The house? I rented it to a young family who actually respects the beach and knows exactly who owns it. As for me, I put up a brand new fence with a freshly made sign that reads, "Private property, access by permission only, and yes, I'm the one who grants it."